For the past 800 days plus or more than 800 days at least, I've come to this camera to talk about some topic, record something, and that's the whole part of this project. A very long project that's gone over its original intended end date. The point is, for the past 800 days, I've come, hit the record button, and I've spoken, right? I think getting speaking to the camera is much easier after some time. Like after the first 100 days, it kind of gets a bit easier. But hitting the record button, I don't think has decreased in difficulty for the past 800 days. I think that's a it's awkward each time I do it. There's like always this worry of who's listening to me, and then it's a whole thing. But that's not the point of today's thing. The point is math. I'm doing math right now. Math 141 calculus. I hate doing the numbers. Um, what's it saying like like when I say of course, I hate saying like math 141 because I hate when people do it. It's you have to remember what class that's referring to specifically. When you can just say the name, it becomes more generalizable in the conversation. Um, but to my point, I'm studying for my. There's a quiz tomorrow. I'm moving to postpone my taking of the quiz to Thursday because I'm just not ready, and there's like some house stuff I have to work with the house being burnt down and all of that. So that's a tricky situation in itself. But I don't like it because I don't feel prepared. Like the issue is calculus too, and it's work with integrals. I think integrals in itself isn't too difficult depending on how you're doing it. But the geometry is where I struggle because with geometry, it takes a lot of envisioning the shapes and seeing how like, oh, how do you do a cross section of this shape? Where does that align? Do you see how do you see what variables or what line do you pull from? How do you calculate that? That's a lot of stuff. And that's like it's hard for me to extract patterns from that because each shape is so unique. Whereas if it's just like formulas and equations, that's easy for me because like okay, just plug and play and all that. So I think that's why I'm struggling now. So I've just been studying for the past couple of hours. But I think it's interesting because like it's worrisome for me because it's so early on since like the second week. But I also think it's a nice challenge of sorts. I think compared to previous challenges, especially like last year with interdimensions and linear algebra, I do think I'm tackling it better on with being proactive with postponing the quiz rather than taking it on, getting a bad grade, and having that be something I have to also take into account as I work on my future quizzes. Um, but yeah, it's exciting time. It's an exciting time. Besides that, though, there's still the research stuff. I'm still working on getting that research assistant role. Um, I had a plan for today, executed the plan. Turns out it's the wrong person, so the plan didn't work at all. But I'm going to try and find the person. I think the person is Tom Goldstein. So he's a very busy person. I don't think he actually teaches any classes directly because a lot of the classes he does teach or lecture over is like a capstone class. So I have to look at how those work and see how I can meet him so I can try and get that done. But yeah, I think that's where my head is at. That's where I'm at. And besides that, there's nothing else. There's not much else to say. So have a great day.